Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode not 23, 33 of the Diverse Dialogues podcast. I'm Mateo.
And I'm Ruben.
And we are joined once again with Jordan.
Hello.
And we are doing a follow-up of the childhood video games podcast, but instead we're continuing off from where we left off, where I believe it was from the 7th grade, so basically in our time, 2017. Mm-hmm. We're not going to do any questions because, we already did this podcast before. And what?
Hey, bro, your antivirus protection expired.
Oh no! What should I ever do?
You should really get that fixed, buddy.
Okay. Still recording? Okay. So, I mean, Ruben, I guess we'll just explain how we'll just go down.
Okay. So, like how it was in the last podcast, we're just gonna go back and forth about games we played from our teenage years all the way to right now. And even though Jordan's with us, he's just here to provide commentary about whatever game, and he's also playing Mortal Kombat right now.
Yeah.
Doing the combo trials.
And he just got the fatal blow. So yeah.
How we want to do
just back and forth
again.
Back and forth like we did last time.
Okay. So I guess I'll just start first, starting with the Xbox One. So around this time, I got the Xbox One. Even though I already listed this game off in the oh my gosh, just looking at the combos. Even though I already listed up in the previous episode, Minecraft Xbox One edition. Mainly because I did have a lot of memories, and that was the edition of Minecraft where I had one world that I was super proud of, but then I accidentally deleted, and it led to the whole castle world that everyone in the group knows about. And everyone's like, bro, how the fuck do you have this much time in your hands? And also, do you have a life? That's literally a question that Landon asked me once. Do you have a life? Meanwhile, this guy's playing Warframe. Anyways, your turn.
All right, first up, I have Mega Man Legacy Collection. So, let's admit, this was one of the last few years when I was playing on the Nintendo 2DS, and from there I either played PC or Switch. But anyways, this was one of the last few video games I had. I think I just bought it because it was on sale and I had this amount of money. But Mega Man Legacy Collection is just the collection of the first 6 games, as well as a tab where you can play challenges of those 6 games, and you can do challenges from Mega Man 1 all the way to Mega Man 6. And it's just a great game all around. Yeah. Even though, that's not a popular NES franchise compared to Mario or Zelda.
All right, next up for me is, and this whole order could be wrong, even though it's because I have very bad memory. But next up would be Skylanders Imaginators, the last rendition of the Skylanders franchise, where you're able to create your own character. I had a lot of fun memories with me and my little brother, creating characters and just making fun of certain characters' voices and shit. And I actually came up with a lot of fun ideas that actually could have been real, Skylanders, because I actually took that shit seriously. And I'm pretty sure there's some person out there that probably made the weirdest fucking combination of characters in as one of their things. But overall, it was still a really fun game. And I don't remember much of it because it has been a while. And we just figured out that it came out in 2016.
Fucking 10-year-old ass game, bro. And,
but also a little bit of a side note, me and Jordan pretty much grew up with Skylanders because it was one of our favorite franchises.
Yeah.
He actually played all the games besides Imaginators, and I played all the games besides the first one, so kind of a weird way that we pretty much went through it. But I think from what I remember correctly, I think they are trying to bring back the franchise, but honestly, they should because I feel like Gen Z and Gen Alpha should get a game that's actually innovative and not be stuck with the fucking iPad. Anyway, moving on to you.
All right, next up, I have my first COD game. Unfortunately, that being Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. I know this was disliked by many COD fans. Even if you never played COD before, just look at the trailers. You're gonna be like, bro, this does not look like Call of Duty. This is like fucking Halo or some shit. More particularly with multiplayer mode. But like zombies, unfortunately, I didn't try it. Jordan, on the other hand, has, and I guess it's great.
I'm gonna force him to play it.
But either way, even if this is like one of the most hated COD games, I still had some memories of it, especially playing as a robot in multiplayer. And the ultimate ability where you have freaking 2 machine guns that just freaking kill everybody. That's what I think of with Call of Duty. Regardless, I still had fun memories playing it.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
All right, next up is MKX. This was the start of my liking to the Mortal Kombat franchise.
Alright, sorry. Well, like my next game's also MKX is the funny thing.
All right, perfect. We could I guess we'll just do a double whammy.
Yeah.
So around this time, I think I said in the last episode of this, but it was also the fact that I also mentioned before that Mortal Kombat 9 was the first time I was ever introduced to Mortal Kombat, but also the first Mortal Kombat game I ever played. But then after that, I only was like, I know the franchise, but I never really got into it. Up until I started watching Cortex Kenshin gameplay of Mortal Kombat X, where I was like, oh, okay, I actually kind of like this. And then, of course, I started watching even more YouTubers play it. So I was like, all right, I actually am kind of interested now to see if I can, do that. And of course, the whole reason why I'm really into Mortal Kombat is because of story and doing combos. So that's all I really wanted to do. And but yeah, but I think MKX is a good game to get really into Mortal Kombat, in my opinion, because it's a fun game to play. It has a great story, and it also has stacked DLC. Honestly, probably one of the best DLCs that we've ever had in a Mortal Kombat game. And also just because of Jason.
Yeah. Funny thing, that was like literally like the selling factor of like how I heard about Mortal Kombat X. It's like, oh, I should really get into it, because at the time I didn't know like MKX came out, and I remember like seeing like YouTube videos of it, maybe like H2O Delirious playing it, and I was like, yo, this is a really cool game. I want to play it one day, which I eventually did. And I think MKX like stapled my love for the gameplay of Mortal Kombat, because with Mortal Kombat 9, I was mainly drawn to the characters and the story, whereas here I was mainly drawn to the gameplay. This one I actually focused on combos.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I like Mortal Kombat X a lot because both in a metaphorical standpoint and like literal standpoint, this is like a really dark game,
Yeah. Most definitely.
But yeah.
Jordan, want to add anything to MKX?
Triborg.
I think that was like one of the characters I played the most was Triborg.
Fucking smoke Triborg.
More specifically, the Sub-Zero variant.
Oh yeah,
the hidden one.
Hidden one.
I remember showing my stepdad like Triborg, and when I was doing the towers, I asked him, "Yo, guess which variant of Triborg I'm playing?" He's like, "Smoke," and he sees it. He's like, "What the hell? How are you playing Sub-Zero?" Dude, what the fuck? Yeah.
Cheating.
What is this magic?
Nah, the DLCs in that game were fucking fire.
Yeah.
He was good with Triborg, Alien, Jason, Johnny, even though there wasn't a DLC.
The homie Borg.
Borg.
The homie Try.
Uh-huh.
All right. I guess
We both did Mortal Kombat X, so it's back to you again.
Next up, here's a pretty big one, but also a game that I despised and still kind of despise, but not as much. Fortnite. So around this time is when Fortnite was, of course, fucking like popping off in popularity, and the funny story about it was that I never even wanted to get the game in the first place, but it was. I remember it distinctly. A character that has a person that has been mentioned before in the Diverse Society, but not as often. Kenneth.
Oh.
He asked me, "Hey, do you have Fortnite?" I said, "No." Without even skipping a beat, he goes straight to my Xbox, turns it on, and downloads the game. He's like, "Here, you're welcome." And from then on, I was like, okay, I guess I kind of get the premise of it. And then from there on, I hated the game, but I was also fucking addicted to it. And that was a game that legitimately made me fucking rage. Like, you guys, I mean, you probably see me mad, but you never really see me rage with, like, a game like like, when I was playing Fortnite by myself. If anything, the first ever Victory Royale, this guy right here, Jordan, was he helped me get my first Victory Royale.
What can I say? I'm just golden.
Yeah, because you actually played, because this is also a time where I never, ever got into, like, shooter-based games, like, at all. And this is the only one I even, like, actually took it seriously other than Overwatch. So, yeah, from then on, after I got, and the stupid part was, after when I finally got a good, like, Victory Royale, because all the other ones were either, like, me hiding in a bush or just me only getting, like, 3 kills and that's it. After I won a match and got, like, what, 7 kills, I was like, alright, that's it, I'm done. I'm never playing the game ever again. It still records even after that. But yeah. And then I stopped playing the game for a while, and I refused to play it. And then nowadays, I only play it only for like when I'm like, all right, maybe I'll give it another chance. But the one time where I actually got back into it was when I believe it was Glenn and Jordan telling me, oh yeah, bro, it got so much better, even though, like, you know, they added a whole bunch of copyrightable characters just to show how fucking, you know, much of a sellout they are. And and of course, the day that Fortnite got better was when they introduced no builds. And that was the one time I was like, okay, maybe this game isn't as bad as I thought it was.
That and when Metallica got added.
Even then, I was not that, like, interested.
He has James Hetfield.
Who gave it to me?
He knows he likes it.
I like it, but at the same time, though, you gave it to me. I probably would have still never spent money on the game ever again, so.
I thought Jordan was going to say, and you didn't even say thank you.
He still didn't say thank you for Adam Eve.
I did it before now, by the way. No, I ain't done.
Inside joke, everybody.
You look like a burger hitmo. You done? I ain't done.
That's an inside joke. By the way, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'm done with my rant because I still hate Fortnite, but not as much as I used to back then.
Okay.
Moral of the story.
Next up, I have Injustice 2.
That's going to be mine up next, honestly.
Oh, okay. Then we could just do it back to back.
Yeah.
Injustice 2, let's admit, you know, I heard it's NetherRealm made it, but it's also like DC characters, so I was like, okay, I was slightly interested. And I wasn't like really like into DC or comics in general at the time, but just seeing the gameplay got me hooked into like both Injustice as well as like DC as a whole.
Yeah.
You know, I saw some familiar faces, and then like here I also again was not DC at all, so I was like, oh, this Dr. Fate character is pretty cool. And I knew about Scarecrow, but he looks cool in this game. And, you know, story's great, character's great, etc. Up until I actually played it, which it's slightly playable, until you figure out how to block in that game. You don't hold a trigger like you think you would, like in Mortal Kombat. You go back.
Yep. As for me, again, it was Cortex Kenshin that, you know, introduced me to it after watching a whole bunch of gameplay of it. And of course, it was when Sub-Zero was added to the game. So of course, there was the segue there. And then also, that was the first time I ever heard about Red Hood. So, and I thought that character was freaking awesome, probably because his super in that game was actually pretty badass.
Oh, yeah.
And also Sub-Zero's too, because fucking, of course, it's Sub-Zero. And, let's see. And I got the whole, I got the one that will, like, I don't think the entirety of the DLC were out when I first got into it.
Yeah, same. I think I got into it when they added Starfire.
I think I got into it, like, right before they were about to bring in Raiden.
Oh.
Or, like, that combat pack. And I got the one where it was like, alright, once you get this edition, you'll get everything. So I was like, alright, cool. And But the only character I did not have was Darkseid. And what's in it? So then my main was Red Hood, ironically enough, and I might try to see if I can have that character be my Halloween costume this year, because it does look pretty awesome. But what else? Overall, like, you know, it was a game. Like, it was fun. But if I were to ever go back to that game again, I'm probably going to be so goddamn confused on how to fucking play it after being so used to Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Visually, the game looks great. The story itself, I like the concept a lot about that story, where it's like talking about, you know, killing or not killing, or like, you know, seeing Superman as a bad guy, where it's like, that is a pretty, and it's a good way. Like you understand why he's bad, like he became a bad guy and all that stuff. So it was like, all right. And of course, you know, I also just find it funny, the biggest contrast of Injustice 1's look to then Injustice 2's look.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, you know, the big, yeah, you know what, I did get it beforehand, because I showed, you know, I was like blown away by the fact that the Ninja Turtles, and the Ninja Turtles came out during like 8th grade, I think, so.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think the Ninja Turtles in a NetherRealm game, might I add, at that point.
Yeah.
Which is like, holy shit, that's a fucking big pull. I'm pretty sure Glenn was like fucking losing his goddamn mind.
Oh my god, that just reminded me. In that same character pack, they also introduced Enchantress.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing that character, I was like, yo, this character's really cool. I wonder if there's a movie about her. And at the time, I didn't know about Suicide Squad. And then I heard about it, I was like, oh, never mind.
Well, the Enchantress in Injustice 2 is like infinitely times better than whatever anything involving the Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And of course, Adam just being the cheapest motherfucker in that.
Yeah.
But Hellboy was cool. Black Manta was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Top 10 coolest you know, outro things. Raiden, of course, has one of the best supers in the game, and they probably had to do it because no one really gave a fuck about Raiden.
Right.
But yeah, it was pretty. But again, in terms of popularity, the Ninja Turtles fucking swept the floor with the DLC.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a big chapter, and like only a small fraction as to how the group got together, but it would be the next installment of a NetherRealm game would be the reason why the group would be together.
Yeah. We did back to back, but yeah, it basically left off on me. So next up, I have Clash Royale. Yeah, Clash Royale. I guess I got into this game like really late, but I don't care. The game was fun at first. Up until now, where there's like a bajillion cards in the game, so now it's like impossible like figure out what card counters this card.
Yeah, you're okay with Dead by Daylight's perks.
Oh yeah,
that's a different story.
That's a different story. It's easy to remember that, not freaking Clash Royale cards. Yeah, at first it was fun. I remember being at the Pekka's Arena. I forgot the name of it. I remember like
Pekka's Playhouse.
Yeah, Pekka's Playhouse. I remember just easily dominating that. And I remember in Spell Valley, I would beat it, and then Builder's Workshop, I lose, get sent back to Spell Valley, lose, go back to Pekka's Playhouse, and back to Spell Valley. And remember the days when legendary cards were actually legendary?
No.
Now it's like everyone has a legendary, including myself. But yeah, at first, of course, playing this game was fun, but now it's okay at best. I play it from time to time, honestly, but yeah, that's Clash Royale.
I have yet to ever play a Clash game. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. Anyways, next up, a pretty big one, MK11. And this was the game that, when it was announced, was one of the big factors as to how the group even became a thing. Specifically with me, Ruben, and Glenn specifically.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we showed Lan, and he was pretty cool. Then when he showed Montana, he said, yeah, that's cool. And then moved on with his day. What?
No, I just only remembered. Of course, he would only get hooked into it when the guest characters were added, more particularly Joker and the Terminator.
I forgot about that. But the journey of MK11 was a big reason why the group even like cemented together as a friend group. And we were all like very excited, like, who's gonna be the next character? Like all this stuff. Oh my god, have you heard about the leaks? And of course, there's always like the funny stuff, like me being unbelievably pissed off that they never added Reptile. But at the same time, though, I'm not.
They did add Reptile.
Don't even fucking bring that up.
They did add Reptile.
Fucking evil ass laugh.
They did add Reptile.
But they did have Cabal, so I was set on that, and I was fucking kicking everyone's ass.
Specifically Glenn's.
I think he's traumatized by that still.
I ruined the character for Glenn.
Pretty much, yeah, you did. Like, I think, like, okay, sorry to get on a little side tangent, but talking about Mortal Kombat 1, more particularly the cameos, we're like, yo, wouldn't Cabal make sense as a cameo? And I think Glenn was just like, no!
No! Okay, would it make sense as the main character? No!
And then what they do, they turned him into a DLC.
No, they didn't.
A non-scripted DLC.
I mean, I would have probably liked to see Cabal, because I'm pretty sure the combos would have been insane in MK1, but again, it's MK1.
Yeah, they gave you Cabal as a DLC.
I'll save my rant for Mortal Kombat later. Evil ass laugh. Are you done with Mortal Kombat though? Or are you still got more?
There's other funny memories where, Ruben would be the one that would here's something funny. Every time there would be a new trailer, he would always avoid it as much as possible. He's like, no spoilers!
Yeah.
But the one exception was when Noob Saibot was revealed, and I remember we were like outside of our class, like waiting for like the bell to ring, and then we were watching the trailer, and then we heard his voice. We're like, "What the fuck? That's his voice!"
Yeah.
Fucking like deep as shit voice, and we're like, you know what? Fuck it. And he looked the most fun. So, back when we were super excited for the game.
Yeah, but as terms of playing it,
I had fun with Cabal at least. So. And some of the characters were at least fun to try out the combos if you could even get a combo in that game.
Yeah.
But the only reason why Cabal was like the most fun to me was because he was one of the fastest ones, and he and the combos were at least fun to do. Meanwhile, everybody else was either slow, either fucking annoying to deal with. I forgot who was like the most annoying one. Well, other than the Scorpion players. It transcribed from Mortal Kombat 11 to MK1.
Ball fondlers.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, whatever he wants to call them. But I guess the only really big disappointment was the fact it was not crossplay, and then it became even more of a disappointment for MK1 because it said it was going to be crossplay, and then it was delayed, and by that point it was too little, too late, and no one really gave a shit about the game anymore by that point.
Well, it's because how do you release a game that lost features that the last game had when it came out?
And you have to wait for the features to come back.
Yeah.
Or didn't even show up at all.
I mean, hello. Talk about Mortal Kombat. What was it? The Legacy Collection? How are you going to promise certain features and then release a game that has like half those features missing?
And I remember like the day that Jordan tried out MK11 for the first time, and he realized how much limited the game was compared to MKX. He's like, "That's so fucking stupid!" Like, bro, you can't even do like the free ground bounce anymore. Like that was the part I remember the most.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
But yeah, I mean it was a fun ride no matter what, and of course, the story is a Mortal Kombat story. Back when it was like, a staple for a Mortal Kombat game to have a fucking amazing story.
Yeah.
They went the MCU route.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for Mortal Kombat 11.
All right, next up I have Cuphead. Yeah. Great game, love the old cartoon art style of that game, so it immediately drawn me into it. But then I also heard like this Cuphead is the ultimate rage game. So like everyone was playing this game, including myself, and yeah, the game is like, I'm pretty sure I did rage here and there, but I did get better over time. And honestly, playing Cuphead now, of course, it's like a cakewalk since I now know every freaking boss's attack and all that. But yeah, even though it's challenging and it's like, very difficult, it's still fun at the very end of the day. Um, Bosses are great, music's great, etc. Yeah, just great. And the DLC was definitely worth the wait, honestly.
Yeah, I've seen a whole bunch of videos of Cuphead, and obviously, of course,
I remember playing.
Glenn.
I remember playing Cuphead on Glenn's Xbox. I remember facing Baroness von Bonbon. I beat her on my first try,
And then there's Glenn.
and Glenn struggled for like days.
He always gets mad at that game.
I know.
That game was meant to rage bait him.
I think that's the whole entirety of the point of the game.
He
in
didn't
general.
know it was a rage game.
I know, but
Even though that's
specifically when he plays it, he gets very pissed at it.
Like, bro, that's like the entire point of Cuphead. It's the ultimate rage game.
Yeah, he gets very pissed at that game.
But yeah, it's Cuphead.
All right, maybe for like future ones where like if we mention a game, if I mention a game before you do, and it's like further down the list, should we just like talk about it like in general, and then you just skip it once? Because my next up is Brawlhalla for me.
Okay, well, in that case, then I will briefly talk about Mortal Kombat 11. Like Mateo said, at the time, we were very excited about this upcoming game, but then playing it, the fatalities were good, of course, I will say that, even if half of them had to involve eyeballs for whatever reason.
Literally, that game had an obsession with eyeballs.
Yeah, I don't know. The characters were great, and one of the biggest things I disliked was everything about Aaron Black. Because in MKX, Aaron Black was my favorite character, both gameplay-wise and story-wise. But in MK11, one, he's like freaking super slow, and one of his main weapons is that rifle that you have to reload mid-battle. And they also took some freaking reptiles acid. Oh, so that's what Jordan meant by reptiles in the game. They just used the freaking reptiles acid for Aaron Black's moves. His fatalities are mid, honestly, and his role in the story is just beyond terrible.
They took an already like cool character that's only like subtle with the Southern, and they just made him full blown Southern.
Pretty much, yeah. And I look more into the game. The other characters, the story of other, the other side of the story and all that. And the game's fun at first, and of course, the only character you're doing combos with is like Scorpion or I don't know, Jackie Briggs or
Fucking
something.
Terminator combos.
Well, everyone else, like Mateo said, they're slow, so it's like kind of impossible to do a combo with. And as for the story, it was pretty good, at first, until like the very end of it, with like the freaking timeline ship or whatever. DLC was great, Shang Tsung was great, even if
Shang Tsung was probably one of the best characters
Playing
Right.
that fucking game, honestly.
right.
And of course, played by like
I will say this. This game actually cemented my love for Nightwolf in this game. Because at first, I didn't really care about Nightwolf.
The homie wolf.
But now, he's like one of my favorite characters. Guest characters, Terminator.
oh yeah, Rain as a DLC character twice.
Oh my god. DLC characters, Terminator was cool at first until he was just Jason.
Reskin Jason.
Joker actually exceeded my expectations. Like,
Yeah, he actually was like he genuinely was like in like
when he was shown in the Combat Pack trailer, everyone said he looked like Ellen DeGeneres with green hair.
the first rendition. Then they fixed him.
Yeah. So they fixed his face, and the gameplay trailer, he actually did look fun. I'll
Didn't he have a
admit.
different voice actor at first?
He's the same guy as Raiden.
Oh, okay.
I think
Who was also
he was Joker in Injustice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So they repurposed his voice twice.
So yeah, Joker at first looked terrible, but he looked fun. I'll admit.
It was a big meme when it first came out by that first Combat Pack trailer where everyone was like, "What the fuck is this Joker, bro?"
Yeah. Spawn was cool. Just for like a week though. Yeah, he was cool for like a week.
For a week.
Yeah. But then other than that, I didn't care about him. The Aftermath trailer, continued the story, which I didn't really like. RoboCop was in it, which it was cool for a second.
The only one RoboCop main.
Glenn.
Right?
Yeah, only the people that actually like RoboCop are gonna be. Even then, it's like
The one RoboCop fan that's happy.
Well, I mean, the only reason why he's there is because of Terminator. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
That's like literally the only reason.
And at that point, I'm not gonna lie, I sort of like dropped freaking MK11. So
Yeah, and then the Shiva fucking like, you know,
Oh,
Oh,
my
the
god, the
infinite-
slam?
dude, that was stupid. After freaking Aftermath, at that point, I didn't really care about Mortal Kombat 11.
oh,
And
how are we gonna forget?
I was literally about to bring this up.
How are we gonna
The
forget?
final combat pack trailer with Rain, Rambo, and Melina. Rain, of course, bringing back another DLC, but I didn't care.
It's Rain. You cannot really get mad at that
Yeah.
much, but still a DLC twice. Like, come on, guys.
And as for Rambo, I'm gonna be real. Before that combat pack trailer, I didn't know who Rambo was until like 2 weeks earlier. And then when they revealed Rambo, I was like, "Hey, I just learned about this guy like 2 weeks ago."
Wow.
Cool that they again, another situation where they got the actor to do it. So it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Unlike fucking Terminator
Yeah.
twice.
And then there's Melina, which
Let's go back to a time. I don't really want to go into it, but still, y'all, Twitter was a fucking landmine back then. For people, yeah, Jordan just kind of recreated what people wanted to see with Melina. But Melina was the most requested character because she was not in the game, and everyone was sending death threats. Everyone was fucking livid that she was not in the game. And from what it was said, they were planning to release Melina this entire time. But honestly, the way that she looked at, like, her basic, like default design looked like it was made in, like, 2 minutes. And, it just felt like they added her in because of the fact that she was not that people were bitching and complaining.
right.
Unironically, I kind of find it stupid though because the game previous she died.
Yeah.
So it's like, why is she fucking? Okay,
That's why she's a DLC, because she was not a part of the story.
Yeah. And like, bro, like I freaking hated like the whole Melina fan base. I didn't really care about her in the story. And her fatalities, I guess they're cool, but it's not what I think of when I freaking think of Melina. One's the freaking Sonic spin dash shit. Like, bro, since when can Melina do this? And as for the other one, where she freaking guts the person and rips out their face, I'm thinking like, bro, honestly, that seems like something Kano would do. He would gut them and just, well, not the face, rather rip out the heart.
Literally, the fatal blow was more Melina, if anything.
Yeah.
Which is the funny part, because literally the first part of the fatal blow is literally a ripoff of her X-ray in MK9. Like, I'm not saying that Melina as a character I don't like, because Melina, she's fine, being like the clone of Katana. It's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
The original timeline, I should probably say.
Bro almost forgot his lore for a second.
In the original timeline, not with what MK1 did. But the whole reason, and honestly, like, it was partially one of the reasons why I deleted Twitter after that, because I got it just like, I'll just see. I wanted to get MK news, but after seeing the toxicity of the Melina fans, Jesus Christ. Yeah, just fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun little trip down memory lane.
Mhm, yeah.
Fine.
But now I guess you can talk.
Yeah. Next. Yeah. I almost forgot we were on this part now. Next up, Brawlhalla.
Montana.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But this was around the time, I believe, when was it quarantine?
Yeah.
Around the time we were just like searching for games to play other than Minecraft. So we discovered Brawlhalla. It's like, okay, so this is kind of like a Smash knockoff. Or, again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we'll try it out. And then we got into it pretty quickly. We found the characters that we immediately clicked on.
Yeah,
And then-
fuck you, bro. That's all I'm gonna say.
What?
Fuck you and your Artemis, bro.
What?
Cheesy ass character.
Anyways, and then I don't remember if this is how it was. Ruben can correct me. I think it was just me, Ruben, and Glenn at first, and then Montana got into it afterwards.
Yeah, I think it was just like you, me, well, also Landon as well.
And
just
Landon,
four
yeah.
of us. We're like, this is a pretty cool game. And then I guess we just got Montana to play with us as well. and Montana just became addicted to it.
Yeah, Montana, for whatever reason, got so fucking into this game that he would also, like, this was around the time when Montana was also even more active than he was. Well, honestly, he's active right now because he's off work. But, you know, back then, Montana, like,
I know the frame data.
like literally, he knew, like, every in and out of the game and would always ask to play Brawlhalla, like, literally every 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I need help.
I remember, like, if it was, like, either me or Mateo or Glenn playing, we would just, like, do, like, the custom lobbies, you know, so we could just have our own private, you know, fights or whatever. Whereas Montana would, like, do the freaking quick play, the competitive, so that he can level up in the battle pass, which I sometimes forget there's a battle pass in Brawlhalla.
Jordan, didn't you get into Brawlhalla, like, way before us or something? Or...
I think at some point I did.
Because of course I think you said like, oh, you ever played Brawlhalla? You didn't tell me. I remember that.
Yeah, because I think I was at your house when it happened, and I was like, "Wait, you guys play Brawlhalla?" I was like, "Oh shit." I played a lot of these games before half of y'all.
That's why it's like kind of interesting to have you around, so you'd be like, yeah. Then I joined along and then kicked their asses.
I played these games before.
I also had Brawlhalla on my list further down, but I guess we'll talk about it due to that rule that Mateo just made up. Yeah, Brawlhalla, you know, like he said, the only reason we played this was just because this was quarantine time, so we desperately needed a game to, like, get our minds off everything.
It was fun until Montana made it not fun.
Yeah.
Well, when you have a tryhard sweat that knows like every bit of frame data, I think.
And here's the thing with quarantine. Throughout quarantine, you know, Montana had to stay at his house, like,
Literally
every single day.
And for an extrovert, that's not a fun thing for him.
Yeah. Whereas for the rest of us, you know, we could still go outside. We could go to the grocery store, all that shit. So of course he needed a game to, like, get his mind off everything. There was this other game which I will talk about in a bit, but as of right now, it was Brawlhalla, and yeah, bro, just, like, studied every frame, every character, every freaking move that character does, every cosmetic. I don't know. Like, at the time, I didn't even care about the cosmetic. I just only cared about the alternate colors for whatever character.
Yeah, and then just like you leveling up the character, and then, you know, like getting petals, I think, or is that like something I have to buy? That game was like riddled with like stuff you had to buy with.
I think like the most of the stuff that you would get when you level up a character is like the alternate colors, and then the other stuff you had to pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they kind of went with the whole collab route afterwards. This was way before they even did like collab routes and stuff. So
They had it, but it wasn't as prominent.
Yeah.
Like it was there.
But either way, from what I remember, I played Artemis. I forgot what the wolf character was called.
Mordex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I played that character a lot. I had a whole bunch of characters. I just can't remember them. But it was Artemis and Mordex that I played the most.
Alright, for me, it was Nyx, Ada, what?
The homie Nyx.
Yeah, Nyx. Ada, Mako.
When did we stop playing it?
I don't know.
We definitely were still playing it when Mako was around.
Yeah. I think when they added, like, that one bird character with the guitar.
Oh yeah.
I forgot that character's name.
Yeah, but of course I got that character.
Yeah. Yeah, those are, I mean, I'm sure there's other characters. I just probably forgot their names. Like, there's this one steampunk lady. I forgot her name.
There's that, like, cricket, like, grasshopper, like...
Forearm thing. The Westerner.
Yeah, Western guy that Glenn played a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's more characters. I just can't remember their names.
And then probably, like, way more, and also way more, like, collab characters that have just been added that we're not even keeping track of because we abandoned the game.
I do remember playing as Mako right after they nerfed the character.
Yeah, they did, like, just, like...
Because, like, I was playing as Mako, I was like, bro, why does the game feel so slow? But they nerfed the character because Mako was vile in the first few days.
And you want to add like a little funny story about Montana? But recently, it's like, Brawlhalla?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, neuron
So,
activated.
so basically, I was talking to Jordan about playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion because I was thinking about buying the game. Because I did play the demo briefly, so I was like, "Yo, Jordan, is the game crossplay or whatever?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's like you have to send in a code or whatever to join the lobby, kind of like Brawlhalla." And then Montana just goes, "Brawlhalla? We're playing Brawlhalla?" Bro is not listening to that conversation at all. Oh, yeah, that's Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
Fucking Montana, bro. Dumbass.
Honestly, I forgot who we're on right now.
I said it, so now it's
Okay. Oh. Well, now we have a big one, Fortnite. I know he brought it up earlier, but that was before we changed this rule. So yeah, Fortnite. I got into it when like everyone and their grandma was playing this game. And funnily enough, just like Mateo, Kenneth introduced me to Fortnite because we sat next to each other in science class, and almost every day this dude would go, "Hey Ruben, do you play Fortnite?" I'm like, "No, I don't know what that is. Is that like a medieval game or something?" He's like, "No, it's like a shooter game." Very next day, "Yo Ruben, you get Fortnite yet?" No, I didn't. So anyways, I got Fortnite because everyone, their grandma was playing this game. At the time, I had no idea what the storm was, so I was like wondering, like, "Yo, why is the sky like purple? And why am I taking damage?" And then I die eventually. A few games later, I get used to it, but of course, because I suck, I just could never win a game. Not even joking. My first win was the freaking 50v50 game mode. Yeah, gee, I wonder how I won that.
That's crazy, bro. So goated.
But yeah, of course, I was addicted to this game, like 2018 or whatever, because
back then when
everyone was playing this game.
back then when getting a victory royale made you like the coolest person on the planet, and now all of a sudden now you don't really give a shit about it anymore.
That makes you look like you don't take showers.
And I remember me and Mateo played it like during like one of the Christmas seasons or whatever. I remember me and him were like both hooked onto the game. But then like season 8 with like the pirate theme and all that was like where I was kind of losing interest. And then from there I just like dropped the game as a whole.
It was that pirate one where I stopped it, yeah.
Yeah. And then like I just did not continue Fortnite after like 3 years or something.
Same.
And yeah, of course, there's the collabs and all that.
I think we even like joked around, being like, "Who the fuck plays Fortnite these days?" Like, I think we were like trashing on people who did it.
Yeah, and of course we would call Fortnite desperate if they do like any collab or whatever. Like,
yeah,
we made fun of them for Black Manta collab. Nowadays that means nothing. Because
literally every other day is a
I
new
will
fucking
admit,
collab.
When they added freaking Fortnite Festival and Rocket League Fortnite, whatever the fuck it was, and the Lego Fortnite, I'll admit the game was cool at the time. Emphasis on was. Because, Fortnite Festival, it was cool, but like, I got bored of it after like a while. Rocket Racing got old instantly. Lego Fortnite, I'll admit I had fun playing that, but I never got into it. And as for the main game, Fortnite has this problem. It's nearly impossible to like balance like the casual fan base compared to the competitive fan base. Because if you make the entire game just guns, all the casual players will stop playing. And if you make the game just nothing but collabs, all the competitive players will stop playing. So it's like nearly impossible to like have a fan base for this game.
and again, the only time that they ever made it playable was adding no builds.
Yeah, I think that was the time I was like, Fortnite's actually not that bad. And then like the season with like Fortnite Festival, Lego Fortnite, all that, I was like, okay, yeah, this is just going nowhere, bro. It's just Roblox at this point when you think about it.
Well, yeah. Now when you look at the fucking what is it, creative shit where you can like buy stuff with V-Bucks
Yeah,
in those maps, and you're just like, why would I spend my V-Bucks on a Fortnite map?
yeah.
And of course, now Fortnite is literally everywhere. There's probably going to be a point where we as people might be able to be in Fortnite at this point.
Yeah, but I don't know about that.
Is what it feels like.
I don't know about that, buddy.
Anyways, yeah, this Fortnite was fun at first, but like over time, I can't even recognize the game anymore.
Literally.
Like, watch footage of like Chapter 1 Fortnite and just compare it to right now.
Man, all you gotta do is just play Save the World, and you'll see how
I honestly, unironically keep forgetting Save the World's even a thing.
Dude, everybody does, and then they forget you can get free V-Bucks.
That was like the original game.
That's what Fortnite was supposed to be, and
Right.
then they changed it.
But yeah, that's Fortnite.
All right, next up on the list of games that we were like trying to find to play so we can take our minds off of the quarantine. Dauntless. So, if you are not aware, Dauntless is basically Monster Hunter, basically, where you just
Entire game is where you team up with your friends to take out giant creatures.
sounds fun on paper. It was fun for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And there's also different classes of weapons. I think I had like a scythe type weapon. Ruben would always have the guns.
Yeah.
And honestly, I forgot what everybody else had, but
I think Landon just used the default sword, and I think Glenn
had a spear.
Yeah, he did. No, unironically, he did. That was his main weapon. And I remember when I tried out the spear, I was like, bro, this weapon's fucking terrible. How does Glenn use this? Because I could not use it if my life depended on it. Yeah. I know. I did try the gauntlets for a time, but I just never got into it.
I think that's what Landon probably used.
Probably.
Of course. Sounds like a Landon weapon.
And the hammer and the axe, they were too slow. I just couldn't use it. The chain blades, though, they were sick, though.
Yeah, that's what I used.
Yeah.
Because you actually do some fun shit with them.
Yeah.
And of course, there was also different classes of elements as well. So of course, we all chose the elements that we like the most, based off of the monster, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then, honestly, Ruben, did we just stop playing it because it just got boring after a while?
Okay,
Or
so here is my reason on why I stopped playing it. So, what's it? There's a point in time, of course I was playing these other games or whatever, so I forgot Dauntless for a time. So I looked at my computer, I saw Dauntless, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this game was a thing. So I play it, and just to warm myself up, because I haven't played it in a year, I was like, okay, I'll just go on the lowest difficulty of a behemoth or whatever. So I go to the behemoth, and I kill it. And then I wait there for a minute, and I'm just stuck there, and I'm like, shouldn't I be back on the island or whatever? And then I wait another minute, nothing happens. And I see another behemoth on the radar, so I kill that one. And then that's when it hits. It just becomes a grindfest video game. You go to an island and kill as many behemoths as you need to get better items. That's when I drop the game.
yeah,
Because you don't feel an accomplishment when you kill the behemoth. You're just okay, I got my loot. Time to go back to the island. Alright, time to kill this guy. And now this guy. And now this guy. And now I'm back on the island.
yeah. I think we did try that, and we're like, oh, really, dude? This is what it is now. And of course, it got even more boring than it already was. And Dauntless was it was a fun concept, and then all of a sudden now we're just again, I don't remember exactly how we dropped the game, or how it just we're just we're done with it, but I think it just had to do with the fact that we just got bored of how it was just the same thing over and over again, and then just finding it was when we were stuck on the same monster for I forgot what it was, but it was the most annoying ass fucker, and then we were just yeah, we're done with this shit. We just stopped.
We beat it at some point. No, I think that was it. Was the fact that we beat it. It's okay, what can we do now?
We didn't even get to the more high level monsters either.
I know. There was this one behemoth on the loading screen we see. It's bro, imagine if we faced that one day. And it's bro, how are we gonna?
And we got stuck with a fucking portal monster thing that we could not beat for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, we just couldn't find a way to reach whatever that creature was in the loading screen.
And now we can't. And even if we really did want to fight that monster, now we can't because it's getting destroyed, and it became some crypto thing that Lennon said.
Yeah.
You guys still play Dauntless?
Yeah. But yeah, my reason for not playing it was when they just made a grindfest video game. You just keep killing monsters until you get the materials you need to make better armor or something. So it's you don't feel an accomplishment, even if you put in all your hard work into it. It's just okay, I killed it. Time to go back to the island.
Did you ever play?
Nope.
Okay.
I've never played Dauntless.
And we both had Dauntless, so yeah, I guess I'll just skip to my next one. My favorite indie horror game, Baldi's Basics.
God damn it.
Yeah, Baldi's Basics. I said this in the last one. I don't know what hooked me into it. Maybe it's like the low resolution art style that just like made me feel nostalgic for like Windows XP video games. But yeah,
That's what it reminded me of. Like going to like the computer lab and then you just get to like play games for like less than an hour. It felt like one of those type of games.
yeah. And I remember like everyone was like playing this game. This is like the hit indie horror game or whatever.
Horror,
Yeah.
if you really want to call it that.
I see it more as a strategy game, but whatever. But yeah, the game's great. Strategizing to beat the game's great. The characters are great, especially arts and crafters. That's the sock puppet.
Who would be the fucking person that likes that character?
What? But now they did like update this game here and there, and because of the low resolution, I'll be real, I could not tell if this was official game or if it was fan made. But I guess it was the official thing.
God damn, Phoenix.
What could that dude possibly be barking at right now?
Well, the other dog is barking, so probably someone like passing by.
Okay, you know what? Well, I don't care. I'm just gonna talk over this. They added a shitload of characters since the update or whatever. Like, there's this character named Beans, which is a kid who spits bubble gum.
That's Landon.
God. Then there's this character named Chockles, who's just a drawing on a chalkboard.
Chuckles.
Yeah, Chuckles. There's Cloudy Copter, who just blows wind. And one of my favorites, Dr. Reflex, who's a claymation character that smashes you with a hammer. But yeah, Baldi's Basics is still great, honestly. Just saying, whether it's the classic version or the updated version, yeah, it's fun either way. But yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, next up for me is again the third rendition of the games that we've been playing all the time during quarantine. Rogue Company, back when it was good.
Yeah.
So, Rogue Company is another one of those shooter-based games. Glenn really got into it, probably more than all of us. And
yeah, I know his reason too. It's just because Vanos was playing it.
it was my introduction to it, so I would always play Dallas all the time. I forgot what Ruben played, but Glenn would always play Glitch.
I would either play Ronin or Phantom.
Yeah.
There was a brief period I played it as Scorch, but that was a brief period.
But again, it was a pretty fun game.
Glenn played as Glitch as well as the Fixer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I remember we got Montana to play it once. Just once. I think he played as what's his name? Saint, the combat medic or whatever.
Okay.
And as for Landon, he played Anvil. Because of course he would.
I don't even remember like Montana playing it, I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
But I think just same thing. After a while of playing it, we got bored of it, and we were just like, I don't feel like playing this game.
Yeah, like I said, we were just finding games to just like get our minds off everything because this was quarantine time.
I mean, we were still playing it for like a while. I would say it would probably like lasted for like 4 months or something.
Yeah,
or even more than that, maybe.
Yeah, I'll admit that. Yeah, we did play, and I will admit, I got more invested into it when they added team deathmatch.
Yeah,
because the demolition and extraction, honestly, like they were kind of boring. The fact that if you die, you just have to wait until your teammates get the kill or whatever. And also, this game basically cemented my least favorite video game genre, which is tactical hero shooter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun at a time, but now it's just boring.
And I think even Glenn tried to like replay it, and he said it got even worse. I don't know how because I haven't tried it, or I remember what he said it was so much worse about it. But Jordan, I think you also played this game, right?
Yeah, I played it. It was fun. I don't remember shit about it though. I think I played the character Glenn played, Glitch.
And then there was another character that I played, but I'd have to look at the roster to remember what the characters were. I tried out the last character that they brought out, that dual wielding SMG lady. I have no idea what her name is.
Also, what was that one character that had like the fucking rocket launcher that everyone hated?
Switchblade.
Switchblade, yeah, everyone fucking hated that character.
Cannon was also annoying as well. The dude with the giant minigun.
Yeah, Terry Crews.
That dude was fucking annoying.
He just lays on the ground.
But mainly Switchblade was like fucking annoying as shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd have to look at the roster.
All I remember was fucking Dallas, because that was the one character I only played like nearly all the time.
I should have spent like my currency on Shaq instead of Scorch, because the moment I started playing Scorch, I was like, yeah, this character's not it.
Let's see. I know there's that one guy that was also annoying, the dude with the spider drone that blows up.
Oh my god, yeah, I forgot
that
about
guy.
he,
Remember that
Glenn
guy.
played that character a lot.
Yeah, he did.
That guy was fucking annoying. Let me see.
Crap, I'm like blanking on a lot of the characters.
Yeah.
I remember, what was it? Vi or Ivy? What?
Vi.
Vi, yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of the characters I wanted to get, but I never got the chance to do it.
Let's see. I don't remember what any of these characters do. I think this was the character that Landon played. The dude that like can revive himself. That guy.
That's Shaq. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him playing Anvil mostly.
I think I got into playing that one chick because she could like keep rolling or some shit.
Mm.
You just keep fucking rolling and dashing everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That was also one of the either Glenn or Landon would play the bomb guy. What, Deimos? Or what was his name?
I forgot.
I think
That guy.
yeah,
Oh,
Landon.
grenades.
Yeah.
The Russian.
Yeah, that
Yep.
guy.
I think it was Landon that played him more. God damn, bro.
So is that it for Rogue Company?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Well, and I already talked about Rogue Company. So next up, I have Just Shapes and Beats.
Oh my god.
What? What?
Bruh.
What?
Bruh.
Okay, well, anyways, Landon actually introduced me to this game, and I was like, yo, this game's like low-key kind of a mixture of Geometry Dash and Undertale, where, you know, of course, it's like, you know, the geometry as well as the music, but also combines like the Undertale, like, you know, combat system, if you can call it that, where you just dodge a bunch of shit. So yeah, Landon got me hooked into it. I bought it when I first got a Switch. And yeah, enjoyed it over time. I loved all the soundtracks. And let's admit, they added like 3 DLC, all of which were great. And I basically predicted an Undertale collab when I first saw the game, because they had a Shovel Knight collab at some point. So I was like, oh, well, what's to stop them with an Undertale collab? Which they did.
I remember playing it briefly, and whenever Ruben would have it, and then fun times, great music.
Mhm.
That was also around the time when Ruben had a shark puppet.
Oh god, not that fucking thing.
Okay, I forgot about that, but all right.
Because I remember I looked through like my old like camera,
I was gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, I remember.
and then
That fucking shit.
Destroyed.
yeah,
Great song, by the way.
but yeah, I don't have much to say because I don't own the game, but I remember playing it often whenever he had it.
Yeah. He also got 8-Bit Ryan's videos.
Oh yeah, too. True.
Mhm.
All right, next up is Rocket League.
Okay.
Other than being the first gameplay video on the channel, it also was a game that we played a lot, trying to just make sure we don't go insane during quarantine. Which, I mean, I will admit, it definitely is, when you first get into it, it definitely is an addicting game to play.
Mhm.
And then, of course, there's a whole bunch of game modes you can play.
Love to go
That you can
back to it.
customize. It has everything going for it.
Except for they took away crates.
By gambling.
But for the most part, there's not much else to say except it was fun.
We got it because it was free, and we knew about Rocket League.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rocket League's also on my list, like way down, but I guess I'll talk about it now. Yeah, it was fun. Game modes were fun. I loved the Rumble game mode, as well as the ice hockey game mode. But I freaking despised the basketball game mode. I hated that shit. And Drop Shot, for whatever reason, was my favorite game mode. Like, I don't know. I guess I just saw it and I was like, yeah, I'll play that. But yeah, it was fun at a time. I think the last time I played it, believe it or not, was that video, the Rocket League one.
Damn.
And yeah, just like he said, this is literally just another game we play just to get our minds off everything during quarantine. Yeah, that's all there is to Rocket League.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The homie.
Oh yeah, I'm doing. Next up, I have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What's it? I remember at the time I didn't have a Switch. I remember seeing trailers for freaking Smash Bros. Ultimate. I remember being like, bro, is this just like a port of Super Smash Bros. On the Wii U, like freaking Mario Kart, new Super Mario Bros. Or whatever? But no, it's like new shit. Everyone is back. That's like the main gimmick, of course.
And more.
Yeah, of course, you know, as someone who played Smash Bros. Melee, I had to get Smash Bros. Ultimate. Yeah, it's great seeing every character return in this game. Seeing all the new characters, waiting to see what the next DLC character was. Which, I'll be real, when I saw Piranha Plant, I was just like, okay, anything's possible if Piranha Plant can get in the game.
Yeah.
Then Joker, then Hero, then Banjo, and then Sans. I was just like, okay, now anything is possible, even if he's just a Mii fighter.
Everything is possible.
I will admit, I did start dropping interest in this game. Funnily enough, during quarantine times, where the previous entry was Byleth. We all know how that went. Min Min was cool for a second, but her gameplay is just repetitive.
And they got overshadowed by the next character.
Yeah. And there's some stuff in the Smash Bros. Community. I'm not going to talk about it, but it was disgusting. And then when Pyra and Mithra came out, I just did not care. Well, Sephiroth, I did enjoy him for a bit. He was actually fun. But then Pyra and Mithra, I lost interest. Kazuya, I didn't care. And yeah, so on and so forth.
And then Sora
Yeah.
being the most,
Bipolar reaction ever.
Most anticipated character just for people to not really give a shit.
and also everyone saying that his gameplay was god awful.
Yeah, because they combined like 5 different characters into one.
Want to install a game?
No.
Anyways, yeah, this was a huge game for me for years up until like Pyra and Mithra. Then like I just dropped the game.
I'll go. Smash was in my other category, so I'll briefly talk about it as well. When after seeing the trailers and also people reacting to like the whole like roster being in Smash was like, man, okay, now like also a pretty good game to start with practically the launch of the Switch. So and honestly, probably the most installed game in the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, I was not as interested, and the only other character, at the very beginning, before the game even launched, the one character that I even gave a shit about was Incineroar, because oh yeah, I know that character. Everybody else, I'm like, okay, yeah, there's that, what the fuck is Castlevania? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And then, of course, the one fucking thing that blew my fucking mind, and I think the whole world in general, was fucking Steve.
Yep.
Literally everybody, honestly, if they would have made Steve the last character to ever be revealed, I feel like that would have been a much bigger reaction than Sora.
Yeah.
I'm putting my money on that one. And the fact that they had to reprogram the game just to add Steve in. That's the funniest part.
Yeah.
It's too good.
But of course, if you wanted to get content and views, you would do anything Smash related at that point. But yeah, super fun game. It's a good game to have with your friends, and just if your Switch controllers are not fucking jank as shit.
Yeah. And let's hope you're all playing in person, because Smash Online is terrible.
That one fucking Samus man with shit internet and items on. Fuck you. Literally just fuck you.
Yeah.
Good old memories of Ruben, trolling my little brother.
Oh my god. I remember that. Yeah, I remember just using nothing but assist trophies, and he was losing his fucking shit. Yeah. Now it's your turn
Yep.
because you just jumped in.
All right. Next up is Destiny 2. Actually, you know what the funny thing is? I remember when I was going to the GameStop to get Injustice 2, I was like, hey, like my my options were either Injustice 2 or Destiny 2. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just get Injustice 2. And then later on I would get Destiny 2 because, you know, I forgot what made me get it. I think it would have been Landon or just another game that we could play, but the fact it took up so much goddamn storage, it was like, oh my god, what the fuck is this? But I think it was one of those games where it's like, alright, we'll play it because I heard the title before and we need a new game to play. So, Landon, of course, was the one that pretty much knew almost everything about the game. And then Glenn and me were playing it, like, just because, like, alright, it's a new game to play. And, you know, another space game where you're just basically shooting, like, monsters and all that shit and upgrading your guns and your armor, all that shit. And then, you know, I got pretty into it, and then I stopped playing because, of course, another situation of, it just got boring. But yeah, not really much else to say about this game. It was fun, and I don't even remember if I think Ruben played it for like a little bit. And
I played it for a total of 1 hour. And I'm pretty sure a majority of that hour was downloading the game. In terms of playing it, there's nothing I could talk about.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Alright, next up, I have Super Mario Maker 2.
Alright, one where it's only just him this time.
Yeah. Now, there's this console that most of you do not know about. It's called the Wii U. Basically, there's this video game called Super Mario Maker, and it was actually really good. So they ported it to a much more recognizable console, that being the Switch, and I started playing Super Mario Maker 2. Yeah, it's a ultimate rage. Not as bad as Cuphead, though. Huge rage game. And with all the additions they added in 2 compared to the first game, my god, people are so creative and so fucking vile with creating their levels. Regardless, it's still fun. And of course, my main love for Super Mario Maker is Dashi playing the game. Just so he could just rage at literally everything.
That fucking bird that I hate.
Fucking
That bird wasn't even in that game, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
They removed that in the second game, unfortunately.
Yeah, because they knew he was gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
fucking Game Grumps playing I think both of them fucking was hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And the what's it, the 100 live challenge? Of course, it's fun doing that here and there. Fuck. And there's like some speedrun game mode, which was pretty fun. But yeah, it's just a great game.
Alrighty, next up is Fall Guys.
Mm.
You know, back when it actually became popular, before Queso made it popular again.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, yeah, Fall Guys was pretty fun. You know, like again, I think if I'm not mistaken, it was released, then it died immediately, then got popular again,
Yeah.
and then it died afterwards.
Well, I think originally it only released on PlayStation and PC,
Yeah.
and then eventually it died, and then they
brought it back
re-released it, but also brought it over to Xbox, which kind of gave it more popularity because it wasn't just locked to like two
PlayStation.
platforms.
Yeah. I think it was free for everyone as well, just so
Yeah.
everyone could play it.
Again, another game to play when you're dealing with was it during the pandemic?
We no, quarantine was over at the time.
Quarantine was over.
Makes sense. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. A lot of funny moments, you know, and also a little bit of rage moments.
Mhm.
Was also a gameplay video that was the only gameplay video, at least for right now, that Ruben edited the video of for our channel.
Yeah. Yeah, I was being nice. I made a video for him.
This motherfucker.
Well, I guess I could also add Fall Guys, 'cause like I said, it's part of the list eventually. Yeah, the game was really fun playing it. I got addicted to the game like pretty quickly. And yes, the game was popular for like a week, then it died, then fast forward like 2 years later, everyone's playing again, and then it died, and then Queso starts playing it. And funnily enough, after Queso started playing it, I was like, I know people are looking towards the fat jokes and all that, but bro, it's been a hot minute since I played Fall Guys. So I played it after a long ass time, and I guess they're like allowing people to like make their own levels so that people can freaking do it or whatever. Which, is a bit random, but not that bad. Yeah, Fall Guys it was fun at the time. I don't really play it that much anymore. There is that like once in a blue moon I will play it though. But if I do play it, it's still pretty fun. So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I just
Yeah, now it's your turn.
All right, this next one, it's not really a video game, it's more of an application, that being Incredibox. So Landon actually introduced me to this during at our high school. We had block schedule when there was like a major test at the end of the year. So you spend 2 hours in this class, 2 hours in this class, 2 hours in this class, and then done. Well, in one of those classes I had study skills, and Landon was in the same class as me. He opened up the Chromebook and opened up a website called Incredibox, and it's just a game. Well, I don't even know if you can call it a game. Basically, you just have those 7 guys there, and you drag this thing to a guy, and it starts making a beat. And you make music with it. That's literally it. And I will admit, I was pretty interested in it. I checked out all the other songs. I know there's mods of the game, but I do not check those at all. And for what it is, even though you can do it right now, search it up on the website right now. It's pretty fun, I will admit.
All right, and next up for me is Subnautica. Subnautica I got into because, again, of Correct Kenshin, but also a whole bunch of other YouTubers playing it. And I was like, damn, I actually, because I already liked Minecraft, so this is basically Minecraft, but with underwater mostly. Correction, literally almost all of it, but 1% of it is on land. And I liked the story. I liked the the horror aspect that they have with some of the Leviathans.
Mm-hmm.
And I got really hooked into it, and I played it a lot. Nowadays, not so much, but I am really excited, and hopefully it'll turn out good, of Subnautica 2, where there's going to be crossplay. So we'll have the majority of the group play it, hopefully. And I'm very excited about that because, that was the one thing that I wish was in the first Subnautica was crossplay. Or just being able to play with your friends in general. Because it was only single player. And the same thing with Golf with Friends, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah.
All right, next up, I have Detroit Become Human. Now, here's the thing. At the time, or honestly, ever, I'm never interested in story-related games. Of course, there's some big ones like The Last of Us, but I just never got into it. Story games are a no-go for me. The only exception is Detroit Become Human. I love the story. I love the the characters you play as, how thematically different everyone is while you're playing as this character. And I love how the smallest decisions you can make in that game will impact humongously way later in the game. Freaking opening a window will eventually lead to you escaping some abusive household. Or, I don't know, freaking doing this at a gas station will impact the public opinion, all that stuff. I mainly watch 8-Bit Ryan play this game, and he had a pretty decent run. He basically saved everybody. And of course, I checked out other YouTubers who played it, Corey, and eventually Dashi. I'm surprised he did good on his run, knowing Dashi. But yeah, Detroit Become Human's great. So yeah.
All right, next up, a pretty big one, Overwatch 2, specifically. And we could probably talk so much about this because this was around the time where I think Jordan was being more involved with the group, and he was like, yo, guys, just download Overwatch. Let's all play Overwatch. It's like, okay, I haven't played it in a while, but here we go. And then, of course, that was the game that was then becoming the game that we always would play almost all the time.
Uh-huh.
And, a lot of the funniest, some of the funniest stuff, not all of it, but some of the funniest stuff would happen, the common trope that I will never play the game with Reaper, fucking, what else was there?
There's a shitload of stuff that was never recorded.
Wedding.
The wedding video, that was hilarious.
Google Doc.
the Gulag incident.
Actually,
A lot of the shorts that were pretty funny as well. But of course, I'm pretty sure Ruben probably knows a little bit more about like some of the other stuff. And
Yeah. So let's admit, at first playing this game, it was pretty fun. Even though it's literally just a carbon copy of Overwatch, which don't worry, we'll get into a problem like that later. Anyways, yeah, it was pretty fun playing the first time. Some characters were like way different compared to one of the previous ones, like Orisa. I remember back then, like barely anyone played her, but now like everyone played her.
Yeah.
Bastion was also different, and I don't know who else was like changed like different and whatever.
Doomfist.
Doomfist, yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually good because they literally turned him into a tank, whereas the previous one he was DPS.
And what was that one? Why am I drawing a blank?
Sombra.
Well, yeah,
Well,
Sombra.
Sombra got like fucking reworked like every fucking like update. The character that was a healer but then became a DPS.
Symmetra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that happened a long fucking time ago. That was in Overwatch.
It was an
when that
Overwatch,
happened.
yeah.
right?
Well, originally she was support. Anyways, yeah, it was fun playing this game, at first, until like season 6, where they just like dropped the story as a whole. And there was a PvE mode, but it's literally only 3 missions. And you just do it, you walk around, you shoot robots. Yeah, there was originally going to be a skill tree, but that never happened. Then they're adding more. When they added Life Weaver, that's like when like the negatives were showing, because Life Weaver at launch was terrible, and even if they overhauled him just a little bit, he was still kind of unbearable. Ilari was cool for a second. Oh yeah, do you guys know there's a character named Ilari? Yeah, you probably forgot about her. Malgo was cool, even though he was like crazy ass busted when he first dropped.
People leaving comp matches just to go buy the battle pass.
Oh my god, yes. People were saying he's a pay to win character. Like, bro, he's not pay to win.
He was pay to win.
And I started. It started getting worse when they added Venture. It's more so the fact that they're just boring. Like, they're not strong or weak. They're just neutral. And then Juno, I don't fucking care. And then when they added Hazard, that's like when I just dropped the game.
The homie Zard.
Yeah, the homie Zerd.
Same.
So Zerd, aka Freak, because that was gonna be his original name. He's just a hybrid of like pre-existing characters. He has Junker Queen Primary Fire, Mei Wall, Winston Leap, freaking Wall Climb, and Ramatra Annihilation. But yeah, from there I just dropped the game because like they weren't even creative, and of course they're more focused on the collabs, which of course made me angry. And then around the time Marvel Rivals dropped, I'll get into that in a bit. There's some crossbow lady who I unironically keep forgetting the name of.
Freya?
Alright, well I'm gonna forget about that in the next minute. Then they added the Chinese water guy, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang, yeah, Wu-Tang. And then they added like 5 characters or whatever.
Of now.
Oh my fucking, I hate that shit.
And they're just hybrids of pre-existing characters.
Not even in Overwatch, but in the competitor game.
Unironically, it's funny how the character with like the least like to his kit, Emre, is like probably the most fun out of the 5 that they dropped.
Oh shit, I forgot about Vendetta.
Oh yeah, that bitch.
So Vendetta is some
The
sword
fucking
lady.
OC insert.
Yes, she's some sword lady who I don't even know what her shtick is, but then she chops off Doomfist's arm, and then boom, Overwatch is over. That's the lore.
Overwatch 2 is over. What do you mean?
So who stopped Doomfist? Was it Tracer? Was it Kiriko? No, it's just this,
Was it Winton?
No, it's just this lady with a sword.
This Italian lady with a
I
sword.
was about to be like, did I forget to mention she's Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the funny thing. They had a whole bunch of Italian maps, and even then I was like, when did they add an Italian character? And then they added an Italian character. What's my response? I'm still not going to play the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about Sombra, because bro, she gets an entirely new playstyle every season, bro. Like, I feel no matter what they do to her, everyone's gonna hate her.
Oh no, yeah.
Like, she could literally just make it so all she has is a primary fire.
She
That's it.
breathes and she just gets hated on.
But yeah, fucking Overwatch was like a game that we both played, liked, and hated at the exact same time, just like in its entire like just span of the game. Like I found it funny how like at first Glenn wanted nothing to do with the game. Like he was like, I don't really feel like it, and now he's all of a sudden like fucking a Ramatra, like just like fucking loves that character and Zen.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, and then they finally gave her Matra a dance emote, and then I was like, dude, really? We waited like 3 years for that shit?
And this is the year that, Overwatch turns 10 years old as well, by the way. Technically, 11 if you were to, 11. But yeah, I would, of course, that would be corrected from the day one right here.
Yeah, because it came out in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh.
But still, yeah, Jordan basically played it from like the very beginning and has been through like literally everything involving Overwatch.
Yeah.
Stupid shit.
Mm-hmm. I'll be real. No matter if it's positive or negative, my response to whenever Overwatch updates is, bro, they're running out of ideas. No matter what the update is.
I mean, with the last 5 characters they released, it seems like that.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like, no matter what collab or character, whatever the fuck, my response is always, bro, they're running out of ideas.
Can't wait to see how
What
bad
the
it is
fuck?
with the other 5 characters.
Look up Overwatch. Why is
What the fuck?
first person shooter? I get that, but why is that the other genre?
What?
Is it just because of Doomfist
What am I looking at? Oh,
genres?
fighting game? I mean,
If you fight, yeah.
you fight, yeah.
Yeah, that's all there is to Overwatch. I remember playing competitive for like 3 games.
I never even wanted to get involved with competitive.
Mhm.
But yeah, Overwatch is a game that we played, we hated, we liked, and me and Ruben probably are still never going to play the game ever again.
Yeah, I immediately uninstalled it when Rivals came out.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Anyways, since I jumped in now, I guess I'll go. Next up, I have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, so like I said, there's this unknown console called the Wii U. There's a video game called Mario Kart 8, and they ported it to the Switch, called it Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So yeah, if you were one of the 4 people that had a Wii U and got Mario Kart 8, you have to pay for the entire thing all over again. Anyways, regardless. Yeah, Mario Kart 8. I mean, Mario Kart's always great. Yeah, I talked about Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart DS. All of it's good. Mario Kart 8, of course, stands out. The double item shit, even though it's technically in Double Dash, it's a great game changer. Then they added new characters. King Boo, that's my homie. And all the DLC tracks, they're free, even if you have to pay for the game all over again. I mainly remember playing online. I remember raging a bit, and thank God Nintendo does not have voice chat, because otherwise I'd be reported immediately. Anyways, yeah, Mario Kart 8, it's fun.
All right, after Overwatch, that was all the Xbox One games. I probably missed a lot, but again, bad memory. Now moving on to the Nintendo Switch. We already did Smash Ultimate, so now we're moving on to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Oh, I forgot Let's Go as well. I just realized.
Pokemon Shield's actually my next one, surprisingly.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So, of course, this was the first Pokemon game on the Switch, so of course it was gonna fucking blow up.
Mhm.
And everyone's hyped for the new game, the Legendaries. Honestly, I think everyone were questioning the Legendaries even from like day one.
Yeah. I mean, at the time when they just announced Pokemon Sword and Shield, I was like, I don't know, I guess I just picked Sword first because it's a sword. And when they showed the Legendaries, I was just like, okay, I'm going to Shield.
I played Sword mostly because Connor, for whatever reason, just did not want to let me use Shield for whatever fucking reason.
Okay.
And let's see. What are some memories I have of it?
Okay, well, since this is like the Switch port, and Pokemon's normally on handheld, one of the biggest features, even though it's in like one location, is the free roam camera.
Yeah, and that you're able to instead of going into a bush to find a Pokemon, they're just out and about, and you just need to go up to it.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of you already saw like the moment you open up the game, the graphics of the trees look terrible. They look like Nintendo 64 trees. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I will admit I do like the fact how like you actually physically see the Pokemon like, in the grass, so you actually have to go up to it to encounter it or whatever. And the raid battles were cool. They were a cool concept, but I got bored of it like immediately.
Same.
And as for the story, I noticed that every Pokemon game they make it like easier. Like play a Game Boy game, there it's like way too difficult. Versus this, the game holds your hand way too much. Like I don't even like remember like trying that hard in the story.
My biggest problem was that I was going through. I was finding like the Pokemon. I was like, okay, I could probably use this one. Using my old strategies, I would always use same rules like no type repeats, yada yada yada.
Mhm.
One positive I will say is, and honestly, one of the more memorable Pokemon I enjoyed using on my team was Colossal.
Mhm.
Just because of the fact that he has a move called Tar Shot, I believe it's called, where it turns any Pokemon, even if it was a water type, into being weak to fire. And then since he's already a kind of a slow character, you pair that with a Flame Charge that like speeds up your speed.
Mhm.
To boost your speed up, and then afterwards you can then just start one-shotting everybody afterwards. I love that character. He was so much fun. But then the only problem was the entirety of the game was boring as shit.
Yeah, I'll admit there was one Pokemon I did like, which was Corviknight, the regional bird of that region.
Yeah, it was like one of the most unique looking of the regional birds, other than just being a bird.
Yeah, probably my favorite regional bird as of now. As for every other Pokemon, they're freaking boring as shit. There's just some fox Pokemon, some squirrel Pokemon, and there's literally a freaking stone Pokemon that's based off Stonehenge.
Sure.
And the legendaries, yeah, they
Also, some of the laziest and weirdest fossils you'll ever see in your life.
Oh my god, yeah. They're just freaking mixed mash fossil Pokemon. And the legendaries, aside from Eternatus, I was literally being like, bro, are these even legendaries at this point?
And then I forgot that they even had DLC, which is what they did.
I didn't even check out the DLC.
Me neither.
I just remember some Kung Fu Panda Pokemon.
And they added more Reggies. That's all I remember too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do want to at least go back because I don't even remember how far I got into the game, but I know I did not finish it.
I just only beat the main story, and then I don't know. I guess I was hunting Pokemon at some point, and I just stopped playing.
Yeah.
All right. I basically jumped in for Pokemon Shield, so I could skip that one because it was literally right there. Next up, I have Animal Crossing. This was okay, keep in mind, I'm doing my list in chronological order, okay? So, Animal Crossing basically came out during quarantine times. The other game was Minecraft, but I already talked about that one. And thank God this game was there because, it's basically just open world sandbox game, very peaceful, just make your own utopia. During the time everyone had to stay at their own houses. Yeah,
Probably the other most downloaded game on the Switch.
Oh yeah. But yeah, very relaxing game, and I just started replaying it like 2 weeks ago. And here's a little funny story when I first played Animal Crossing.
Oh god.
So
oh god.
So at the time was
he got mad, by the way, everyone, if you heard those noises.
So at the time I was obsessed with Homer Simpson. I'm sure I've talked about that a lot on this podcast. And in Animal Crossing, you can make like your own like custom tiles where you just like do like little pixel art. So I made pixel art of Homer Simpson, and then I went on my entire island and covered every tile with Homer Simpson. I do mean every tile. The grass, the dirt, the sand, the buildings, even my own house. Homer was everywhere.
Fucking high school Ruben back then, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, 2 weeks ago, I reinstalled it. I was like, I wanted to get into terraforming where you can actually change the physical layout of the island. Turns out you can only do that when you have a higher rating on your island. And to do that, you need to plant flowers. Small problem. I covered the entire map with Homer Simpson. So, my only best solution was to restart Animal Crossing. And now my island right now is looking way better than it was before.
I think any island would look better after you see a land of homers, bro.
But anyways, yeah, now I'm actually terraforming on this island and actually have a lot of villagers on my island.
All right, next up, I'm just gonna make this short because this podcast always is kind of going pretty long. Super Mario Party, and I only want to bring it up because it was one of the games that we played as not entirely as a group, but like most of us. And once, yeah. And
actually, no, there were a couple times where we just played the mini games.
Yeah, and those would always be fun. But the one thing I remember the most was Ruben, like tricking me into I forgot exactly what it was, but like.
So basically, you were one spot away from a star, and I guess you opened up your items, and the gold pipe was there, which is an item that automatically takes you to where the star is. And I guess I just told you to use that, even though the star was right there.
Yeah. I think I was not fully aware of what was going on, and also at the same time, I barely played Mario Party, so I wasn't fully aware. So that's why I was I just took his word for it. So I was like, all right, and I was like, oh, you fucker, and I just
yeah.
That was the one time I actually ever really got that mad at Ruben.
Yeah.
All right, and then you can move on, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Next up, I have Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics.
Oh my god!
What? That's the name of the game, bro. How about you blame Nintendo for calling it that? Okay, anyways. Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics. Same thing as Animal Crossing. Thank God this game was here, because I would have gone insane if I didn't have this. So basically, this game's just filled with 51 games. Board games, card games, you name it. So you can play chess, you could play freaking blackjack, you could play Chinese checkers, which I guess I just got hooked into Chinese checkers after playing that game. There's also some sports games like top-down golf, which was boring, darts, which was pretty fun, and bowling, which was basically Wii bowling, but faster for some reason. But yeah, thank God this game was here, because, it's very peaceful, very relaxing, just playing a board game on your Switch. And, of course, this was during quarantine times. So, thank God this game was here. What else can I say about it? Yeah, I think that's it. I can't continue much, because Mateo's out. He went doing something else. So I guess I'll just continue on with my list, because I don't think Mateo has that much. This next up, now keep in mind, this was very late 2020, December of 2020. And around this time, we were talking about all the game. Earlier in this podcast, we were talking about those other games. Rocket League, Rogue Company, Dauntless, you name it. Brawlhalla, because those were all the games we were playing to get our mind off quarantine. And, even though these were games we played together, the games themselves were honestly not that fun. Just playing those games over and over again. So you know what I did? I put my foot down, and I played the games I wanted to play, even if it was just me. So that leads us straight to Payday 2.
Why the fuck did you have to have a whole introduction for that?
I don't know. Well, it's just so that Mateo could take his time doing whatever, because it was just quiet. Anyways, I'm on Payday 2, by the way. So,
okay.
Payday 2. Funny thing, I technically played this in 2015, so realistically I should have just put in the previous podcast, but I didn't play it that much. And then I rebought the game in 2020. So, playing this game now, the missions are epic. Literally, the missions I did when I first played was just jewelry heist or whatever. But I played like all the other missions. The music is freaking amazing in that game. One of like the greatest soundtracks in any video game. Missions are great. You know, that game has more guns than any other shooter game that I've ever played in my life. Let's admit. And yeah, surprisingly, there is a story, even if it goes nowhere. Payday 2 was one of the games I was most fixated on. As for Payday 3, I'm glad I never played that game, because from what I've gathered, that game is horrible.
Alrighty. Now moving on to my Xbox Series X games, or at least games I bought into there. And the very first one was, of course, Mortal Kombat 1. And the amount of shit that we have said, and also, just like MK11, kind of in the same vein, we were unbelievably hyped for this game. And me and Jordan, of course, this was around the time when we were, of course, having our channels, and we were so stoked. We were like, man, we're about to make a whole bunch of content. We're about to get so many views, yada yada yada. The game came out. That was pretty much it. We literally played it. We were stoked that we got to see some of the characters, but then we realized, wait, why is this missing? Why is this missing? Why is this game mode? Why is this game mode? This game mode, Invasions was ass.
Invasions was good. It's just, it was such a weird.
It was fine at the beginning, but then it got repetitive and boring. After the second and third.
They did 6 seasons, and then that was it.
Yeah, they just repeat it basically.
It was obvious that they had way more to offer, but because of how much they got their ass kicked with Backlash, and also just because they were like, oh fuck, we need to abandon ship and just go on to the next game. Mm-hmm. Because of course there was supposed to be a third. Yeah, wait, was it a third or a second combat pack? Third, yeah, third. Yeah. It was supposed to be a third, and I'm and it was supposed to have a highly requested character. So we have no idea what that was supposed to be. Yeah. Eventually they did get a lot of the problems corrected. And again, the hype was pretty big because everyone was expecting it to be Injustice 3, but instead we got Mortal Kombat 1. And honestly, judging from the way that it looks, it probably was supposed to be Injustice 3 because some of the visuals look too damn similar to Injustice. And at first we were like, I don't understand why people say this game is pretty slow. And then looking at the previous Mortal Kombats, including MK11, you're like, oh, yeah, now I understand why people say the game is slower. But it had combos, and that's all it took for me and Jordan to play the game, honestly. Man.
Yeah. I have Mortal Kombat 1 on this list as well. Yeah, we had an entire podcast about our review. I'm pretty sure it's 2 hours long, talking about our hatred for the game. But anyways, yeah, the game looked fun at first, of course. There was the hype, Freaking Reptile trailer was good, but they also introduced Havoc in the same one.
Again, that also sparked hype because there was characters that were of the 3D era that nobody expected to come back.
Yeah.
Homie Darius.
Yeah. And there's the combat pack, which just, 1, came out of nowhere, and 2, introduced big ones like Omni-Man, Homelander, and freaking Takeda, even though the trailer was 1 minute long or some shit.
Yeah, all their trailers were 1 minute.
Yeah. In terms of actually playing it, when I saw that they made cameos the main point of the game, I was like, oh no. Now you gotta freaking learn about all the cameos. And there's the story, which, just turned into a freaking multiverse plot for literally no reason. Well, actually, there is a reason. It's to cash in on the multiverse plot in, MC or some shit. And then the freaking Chaos Reigns, which was, $40 or some shit.
Yep.
My God. Yeah.
For, 3 characters at launch, and then 3 other characters on the way. And Ghostface was cool at first, until you at first. And it's just boring.
Bro was so overhyped, and then once we saw his gameplay, we were like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
I will only defend the reason why they did the gameplay is because what the fuck else could you do with Ghostface other than just stab, and stab? So making them Mortal Kombat characters is alright, you know what? I'd rather have this than just get as basic of a fucking character. At least it was interesting, and again, he was at least fun. I'll admit that. But everybody else, no one gave a shit about Conan, and the T-1000 was only hype because he actually looked super fun and actually super interesting at the launch of his of his fucking gameplay.
Yeah, bro. Cabal.
Literally, he had like a whole bunch of characters.
Yeah. But yeah, at the launch of the game, it's
And the controversy of a lot of things too, by the way. The gender swapping of Sector and Cyrax, which have fucking caused the biggest fucking uproar. Fucking like,
the game first launched, it wasn't even a full game. It's just like, oh, you got these 2 game modes you could play. And then they started adding shit more and more. I didn't even care about crossplay because that was around like freaking Homelander dropped or some shit, and I didn't even care about the game. But yeah,
It's literally that's the one problem with fucking NetherRealm. They keep releasing games that fucking
like
they're not complete.
They'd rather release just like some like half-ass game rather than just a full game.
They'd rather release a game that's missing half the features the game that came out previous had.
well, I mean, MK9 and X didn't have that problem. It was when 11 came out is when they basically fucking...
Yeah, because they rushed it.
Not even, like, 11 felt more complete than fucking MK1 did.
Yeah, and after like seeing MK1, I looked back to MK11. I was like, maybe this game's not so bad. Could be as bad as MK1.
Because, man, you're even getting die-hard Mortal Kombat fans saying that this is some fucking, like, horrible shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, I mean... Again, me and Jordan were, like, so hyped for it, and we have a video on his, his channel where he talked about, the beta, and we were like, oh man, this is so...
Bro, we're so hyped for the future of this game, bro.
And now here we are with only, like, a couple of shorts, and only us reacting to the fatalities, which I had to, take down because they got fucking flagged. Yeah. So, because, of course, and that's the other thing, too, with Mortal Kombat, is, like, when you try to make anything Mortal Kombat, like... It wasn't a problem until MK11, but of course, anything Mortal Kombat related, like, during the coming of age of 11, everything got fucking, like, flagged and restricted and stuff.
How much time we got?
We're, I think, over the 2-hour mark right now.
No, we were at like an hour 40.
Yeah, you're right.
Told you.
Okay. As that's it from MK1.
And there's so much to do, and the only thing I can even add was that, me and Ruben have talked about, like, actually doing a better review.
Yeah.
Of the game.
Actually scripted, not improvised.
Yeah.
A constructional review of the game. Well, we'll be more organized and talk about the trailers and the gameplay, then the story, etc.
Yeah, so we'll get to that eventually, but, hey, at least you can say this, that maybe MK1 isn't as bad as, the Legacy Collection that came out recently.
Mm-hmm.
And Glenn trying to defend that.
Okay. Anyways, we should probably rush these just because,
yeah,
getting big. Next up, I have Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Yeah, I know, rolls right off the tongue. Same thing, Wii U, ported to the Switch, H2 graphics or whatever. Now, at the time, I played the Wii U. Of course, I did not play this game that much. And then I got the Switch version. I played this game like way more than I thought I would. I beat the game 5 times since, that's how you're supposed to 100% the game. You have to beat the game with every character. It was a huge mistake playing as Luigi at first because he is terrible in that game. Thankfully, Peach and Blue Toad,
God damn it,
they were very great characters. Peach, of course, has the levitating ability, and Blue Toad can run really fast. And halfway through, you can unlock Rosalina, who's like the best character. And I replayed this game back when like the Mario movie was coming out. Just be like, okay, since the Mario movie is going to come out in a few days, I'll replay this game. So, yeah, very fun game. Even if I didn't play it during the Wii U times, Switch times was great.
All right, next up is Dead by Daylight. This is a pretty big one. At first, I did not give a single fuck about it because I was not really into those type of games. But then, of course, I think it was probably Jordan. I think it was mainly Jordan being like, yo, we should all download Dead by Daylight. We should all play Dead by Daylight. And then from there on, we were like learning the game. And while I barely got into that much, Ruben, on the other hand, was the complete opposite. He now knows almost everything about Dead by Daylight.
Yeah. And since it's on my list, obviously I'll talk about well, first I want you to say your stuff.
I mean, there's not really much I can really say other than, when I first started playing it, of course, I was terrible. And, leading to the infamous every man for himself moment.
Oh yeah.
It just goes to show what you're not supposed to do in Dead by Daylight. And of course, like, even if we did play it with each other, it was like we barely even really like, it was only for like a select few moments. And of course, the one video that was like the 2v8 video that we did, which was a pretty fun video, I will admit.
2v8's back, by the way.
But yeah, not really much else I can say, and I already know that you would probably carry more of it than I would ever be.
Yeah, so basically, let's admit. Funny thing, I actually played this during quarantine times where we were just looking for games to play. And I played this like I think this was around the time like my computer was just like horrible. It would crash like every second. So of course it wouldn't run games like Dead by Daylight because that game takes up like half your storage. It can only run like Brawlhalla. So it was basically impossible for me to play Dead by Daylight at the time. And then, I forgot about the game because, I played Payday 2 or whatever. And then fast forward to, 2023, I played Dead by Daylight, and it's like one of the 2 games I played now. The character playing as Survivor is great, playing as Killer is great. Yeah, I know the community is like really smelly, and yeah, the game is buggy as shit. Don't worry, it can't get as bad as the Walking Dead chapter though. That chapter was horrendous. Of course, the one thing that keeps my interest in the game is the lore of the game, as well as the original content. I actually love it. It's a real shame not many people love the Krasu. Then again, no one plays her anymore. And of course, the collabs are great, even if some are getting removed one by one, such as Pinhead from Helldivers and,
God damn it.
and Halloween.
Inside joke again.
Yes.
Dude.
But yeah, I mean, is there really much more I can talk about Dead by Daylight?
I feel like the only thing that sucked about the FNAF fucking chapter was the fact that the map was just reskinned.
Yeah, like people wanted like base. Oh, okay, I guess the Pizzaplex or whatever. Even though
That would have been way too much.
People were expecting like the old, like not the movie one, but the actual like first game or something, or FNAF 3 is what people were wanting.
yeah, but it's just freaking Greenville Square with Freddy Fazbear's in the middle.
Yeah, and then you had fucking Walking Dead come in and be like, "Oh, we want to do that too."
No, Walking Dead just like fucking destroyed the game, bro. There was bugs left and right of that chapter.
Stupid.
Feels bad for anyone who was interested in The Walking Dead. That was their chapter, was that shit. Anyways, yeah, that's Dead by Daylight. I shouldn't continue more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I basically jumped in. Next up is Taiko no Tatsujin. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's that one Japanese drumming game. What?
Oh, what the fuck?
What?
What the hell did you just say?
Anyways, yeah, some Japanese drumming game. It's just a rhythm game. What?
Hold on.
Okay, anyways. Yeah, it's just a Japanese drumming game. You'll notice some soundtracks here and there. One of the things that sticks in my head about that game is that the songs are organized in like different categories. You have pop, you have anime, you have classic, you have video game music, etc. Within anime, one of the songs is the Moana theme song. And I was like, bro, is Moana an anime? I didn't know that. Anyways, yeah, there's that. I can't really say much about it. It's just Japanese drum game, that's all.
All right, next up, okay, I'm just gonna skip Golf with Friends because it's it's just a game where we play golf, and I played with a bunch of well, not a bunch of my friends, but also just because I watched a whole bunch of YouTubers play, and it was super fun to watch. I would say next up is now Sonic Frontiers. As a Sonic fan, I was pretty excited because I was like, okay, this is a Sonic game. I can actually, I'm at a point where I can now buy my own Sonic, but my own games if I really wanted to, and it was also on sale, so it was like, of course, that's what I wanted to take advantage of that. So, yeah, it was a pretty big jump from the previous Sonic games because it's more open world than if anything, and I played it for like a good bit. I beat like the first boss, and then after that, I stopped playing the game because not because I didn't like it, but because I just got bored.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's honestly a big factor as to why like those time period where we were just like in quarantine, we were like trying to find a whole bunch of games to play.
Yeah.
Something happened in Overwatch, by the way, guys. Or like every time we would get a new game, we realized it's just doing the same thing over and over and over again, and then we would just get tired of that, and then afterwards we're just like, all right, that's it, we're done.
Uh-huh.
Like after when you get to the, because that's why I stopped. I never wanted to play Brawlhalla again, was because it was just the exact same thing over and over and over again, and Montana's just fucking commentary, and him wanting to play the game all the time did not help. So.
Wow, you're actually really shit at this game.
I'm better.
So
But Sonic Frontiers, yeah, fun. I do want to at least try, keyword being try to finish the game, if I have the time and also if I really give a shit. And it will bring me to my next Sonic game, which I also have not beat yet, but I do want to go back and finish it. But yeah, just
hey, this kind of looks like that one pathway on Araco at the near end of the map.
Welcome back, Victor from Paladins.
Okay, anyways. Next up, I have Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Honestly, I think this game was on sale, which is why I got into it. Plus, I just love Kirby, the character. Mainly from
Kirbo.
Smash Bros, because, what else was Kirby in besides Smash Bros? Anyways, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, of course, it's a very easy game since it's Kirby. And I remember hearing, someone's, review of the game. They said it's basically Dark Souls for babies. And I'm not going to lie, they're not wrong. That game is basically Dark Souls for babies. Regardless, the game is fun. The bosses, of course, they're freaking super duper easy. Still fun anyways. And of course, finding all the collectibles and secret areas is fun as well. But yeah, that's it.
all right. Next up is Grounded, a game that we did play a lot, and it was another one of those survival games.
Fire game, bro.
Yeah.
Actually good video game.
I forgot what made us, get the game in the first place, or honestly, it kind of faded off of my memory a little bit. But I remember,
I think it's because it was on Game Pass.
But I've seen it. Obviously, we played it way later than it was actually released, and on top of that, it I think it was just because I only played it a lot because Glenn and Jordan were playing it a lot more. And, they were actually, more into the game than I was, despite the fact that, Jordan has a spider phobia.
Bro, that's just
Ultron Raid Supreme.
That's just Ilarial, but multiple
I'm
shots.
telling you, he's got the most basic fucking kit, yet he's the fucking funnest character out of the 5 they released.
Yeah. And was that it for Grounded? Or?
I mean, pretty much, unless Jordan wants to add a few more things about Grounded.
I think the funniest thing that came out of playing Grounded was fucking Landon.
Okay.
Oh, you...
The spiders are coming to play!
No. Remember, you guys got grounded? Why didn't you tell me? Bro, as if we know what you do in your spare time, bro.
Well, I think we all know what he does now. Fucking Warframe or Elden Ring.
Yes.
That he lives, breathes, and dies those 2 games, bro.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I guess I'll go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this next one is a great one. Multiverses.
Oh my god.
So, this was basically Smash Bros. Knockoff 129. And yeah, at the time, we were playing Brawlhalla when they were showing trailers of multiverses. So you're like, okay, this could be a fun game. And remember, this wasn't even quarantine times. Okay, this was after quarantine times, so I don't even know why this was even a thing. There was a beta at some point. Of course, it being a beta, it was, whack. And then
not even, people were actually, into it. The beta, people were
Fuck that fucking bitch from, what the fuck is that franchise? King of Thrones? No.
Game of Thrones. Arya Stark.
Yeah, that bitch. Fuck her.
Anyways. Oh, look at that. Anyways, multiverses, it looked cool at first, seeing freaking, Finn the Human with Tom and Jerry and Batman, etc., and the Iron Giant.
And of course, the meme with Shaggy.
Oh, yeah. It was cool at first, but then literally in the tutorial, they're already making shit complicated with what Shaggy's primary special can do with the sandwich, as well as the perks you can equip for Shaggy. Bro, this is just the tutorial. Why are you already complicating things? And even though it's a beta, you still gotta pay for, if you want to play as this character. I'll admit I had fun with Tom and Jerry. I think they were my main. If not them, probably Harley Quinn. I don't know.
I forgot what I played, honestly.
I think you played Tasmanian Devil.
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah. Landon,
Before they like fucking nerfed his ass.
Landon, to no one's surprise, played Iron Giant. I forgot who Glenn played. But I'm sure he played like
Shaggy.
Oh, okay.
He played Shaggy, and I think occasionally would play Batman.
Yeah. So yeah, at first the beta was fun, and then over time it just became super boring. And then the full game released, and it was still super boring. Regardless if they
And
added,
even slower.
regardless if they added Jason, who was for whatever reason buff in that game. Well, I mean he's already buff, but like they made him
They made him wide.
pretty much, yeah.
Stretched resolution, Jason.
They had some other characters. What's mid? I mean, I think Rick and Morty were in the beta. I don't remember.
No. When the game re-released, I think Rick was first,
Okay.
and then Morty came later.
Okay. Well, yeah, regardless, let's admit, I wasn't too into it or whatever. I don't care what character they added. What the fuck? Oh, yeah. It's just boring all around.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of boring, I'm just gonna skip Power Wash Simulator because what else? What can I really say about this game other than it's just satisfying? All right. Here's the next big one: Marvel Rivals. So yeah, when this was first, honestly, I didn't even like when it first came out, like the first beta. I was not around for that, so I didn't really care for it. But I did see like the meme, of course, of the Doctor Strange like portal thing. Is like, oh my god, okay, it's gonna be those type of games. And then, of course, then the second beta came out where you were able to invite your friends, and I got the chance to do that. I was like, okay, I actually kind of like this. And of course, it was just like, oh yeah, everyone's like, this is gonna be the better Overwatch. We're gonna this is gonna destroy Overwatch. Yada yada yada. And of course, it kind of did. It pretty much did.
It did.
It did.
And yeah.
Hey,
We had a whole bunch of fun moments, and we did a whole bunch of videos off of it, and it's still one of our most viewed shorts on our channel.
I have Marvel Rivals on here as well. Yeah, beta came out. I remember Glenn just out of nowhere texted me saying, "Oh, by the way, if you go on Steam and put in this code, you'll get a beta for Marvel Rivals." And I was like,
He did the same thing to me.
okay. Anyways, I put in that code, and I got the beta. And let's admit, the game was fun. Even for a beta, it was still pretty good. And I was worried about how it's going to run on my computer, because even to this day, my game still crashes on Marvel Rivals. Either way, let's admit, it was cool seeing all the characters and all that. And then the full game release, that's when I just got rid of Overwatch and jumped onto Marvel Rivals. Yeah, and of course, I still play this game to this day. In the, one of the earlier Marvel Rivals podcasts, I talked about it. Once they add Deadpool, there is no going back. And I was right. That is now the only character I play. I don't know. There's not really much to say about Marvel Rivals. We had at least 3 podcasts talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I guess I just jumped in. Let's see. Oh, finally, I can talk about a good one, even though the majority of mine were bad. Hotline Miami. So, same thing with Payday. I just wanted to play my own game, to freaking ignore whatever game we can play online. I'm just like, how about I just play a game where I can just play it regardless of my situation? Anyways, Hotline Miami, very fun gameplay. The music is amazing, on par with Payday 2 soundtrack. The story's great. The levels are challenging, but still fun regardless. And I guess I can also include Hotline Miami 2.
Bless you.
Hotline Miami 2 is basically just Hotline Miami 1, but better. Anyways, playing as different characters is great. Every character's abilities is unique, so playing as them is fun. And yeah, just Hotline Miami is great. One of my favorite games ever. What?
No, that's the way you said. And yeah, Hotline Miami's great.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, that's all I gotta say.
All right, next up is Phasmophobia. At one point, we, again, I don't know one of those situations where I don't remember how we got into it, but all I know is that I think it was another one was like, we need to get Phasmophobia, we need to try this out. And then, of course, we're like, oh yeah, this is pretty interesting. And then, there was a couple funny moments that have occurred. Like the first time I played it, I think both Lulu and Jordan tricked me into using like those tarot card things, and I immediately died on the second card. And there was that one, and then of course Montana being, of course, the other guy. Honestly, I think this was the start of like where Montana would just like be the guy, other than Brawlhalla, be like another situation where Montana would just be a pro at whatever game that he is, and just make the game like way more like fucking like out of hand than it needs to be.
That dude plays esports phasmophobia or some shit. Like the moment he loaded in, he immediately got all the items in the span of 1 second and immediately runs to the house.
Yeah. I don't know.
Bro, how are you guys struggling with this? This one's really easy.
Oh yeah, it's a yokai. How the fuck?
Yeah,
We haven't even entered the house
walks
yet.
in the house and immediately knows what it is.
We haven't even entered the fucking house yet. How do you know this? I just know.
Yeah, he's so cocky that he makes the ghost angry and he still lives just by like accessing the dumbest features like saying in the mic, "Are you French?"
Yeah, or what is it? Are you a pizza or whatever?
I don't know, dude.
Whatever that other one was.
You talked about. All right, you're done?
Yeah, I barely played it. It was mainly just Jordan and that played it more than I did, and then he just
tried to get Glenn to play it, but bro didn't get the game.
And now apparently it's bad.
Yeah, because they fucking like changed the whole like core dynamic of it. It's not fun anymore.
All right, next up I have Muse Dash. This was a game that I saw on Steam, on the Steam store, and it was literally only $2, and it was also a rhythm game. I heard the name here and there, so I was like, okay, I'll buy this game. I thought it'd be similar to Geometry Dash, but it's actually similar to Taiko no Tatsujin, the drum game, where you just hit 2 buttons and as you're playing this rhythm game. Of course, the only thing I really say I like is the songs, because that's the point of a rhythm game. Yeah, I have like at least 30 songs from that game I have on my YouTube playlist right now. So yeah, all I can say is the soundtrack's great because that's the point of a rhythm game.
All right, and then last one on my Xbox Series X is Sonic X Shadow Generations, which is just a remaster of Sonic Generations, but with an extra addition to Shadow storyline. I still haven't beat the game yet, but I so far really like both of them because I already played Sonic Generations when it was in the 360. So I was like, oh yeah, I like this game, but I couldn't find it for whatever reaon. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just get the remastered and along with and you get more to it with the Shadow thing. And yeah, all of them are really fun. The Shadow levels, in my opinion, are honestly pretty fucking great. Good to have a good Shadow game. And yeah, pretty much that's it.
All right, next up I have Katana Zero. Now I heard of this game because I've heard like many comparisons of this with Hotline Miami, and after I play this game, I can see the similarities between those two games, from like the challenging gameplay to the soundtrack to the story. I definitely see the similarities. The main difference is that in Katana Zero, you don't have that many options to in terms of gameplay. All you got is a sword and all you can do is dash. That's all you got. Whereas Hotline Miami, you have a shitload of weapons you can use. With Katana Zero, I say it's like a lot more challenging than Hotline Miami. And even though the game's challenging, it's still fun to play. And yeah, honestly, all the similarity. I will say that this game doesn't have that as much of a great soundtrack as Hotline Miami, but there's still some bangers here and there. But yeah, that's all I can say.
All right, I'm going to end off mine with the 2 most recent games I got recently, that being Pokemon Platinum and Pokemon Heart Gold. Yes, I did get like old cartridges of games that came out way before, like way older ago. And the only reason why I did that was because I wanted to try out games that I haven't played and that I never got into before I got to the franchise. So I played Pokemon Black version, and of course, those games came before that. So I was like, and also everyone praised the fuck out of Pokemon Platinum, so I was like, all right, I'll try them out. And then from there on, I was like, okay, I get why everyone liked this game, and I tried a Heart Gold. I didn't even get to the 3rd gen, and I'm already kind of bored of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I got 3 more games, but honestly, I can't really like say much on like any of them, so I'll make each of these short. First is Project Zomboid. It's just a zombie survival game. That's it. Probably one of the most realistic since you have to worry about not getting infected. You have to worry about sleep, your health, your hunger, your thirst, your freaking exhaustion, etc. Regardless, even though this is a zombie survival game, it's pretty peaceful here and there. I play this game here and there, and yeah, it's always enjoyable just to freaking roam around and just do whatever you want. Because yeah, it's a very peaceful open world zombie survival game. Next up, I have a Cookie Run Kingdom. Let's admit, the characters are great, especially Custard Cookie the Third. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. Unlocking all these characters is great. The story, even though it's fucking humongous at this point, I don't even know where to even start with that shit. It's great. What's it? Yeah, I can't really say much about Cookie Run. It's just a gacha game. Unlock characters, do this level, yeah. And finally, even though I haven't played it, I got hooked into it, that being Lego Marvel Superheroes. And that's just because Jordan has been streaming this game here and there. And it's just like really... He first streamed Lego Avengers, was it?
Yeah, Marvel Avengers.
Yeah. He played that like once, and it's literally just Avengers, like the movie, as well as Age of Ultron, but in Lego form. Of course, the Lego humor is there. Like when Ultron gets in a plane for whatever reason, he drinks a milkshake, even though he's a fucking robot. But Lego Marvel Superheroes is where it's at, especially with Mr. Fantastic. Because bro just turns into the most random shit. But yeah. Even though I don't play this game, I just watch Jordan play it. It's still fun.
All right, and
yeah,
that's it. And that's it. That's gonna wrap it up for today's podcast.
How much time?
We're probably at like 2 hours.
Yeah, you're at like 2 hours, and I think like.
So let's just do a quick ending. So Ruben, I guess just say something involving what could be in the future.
Okay, so if it's the whole group again, we'll talk about the Fox Marvel movies. I actually look forward to that one now, especially if Montana's there, considering for whatever reason he likes what's the name? Fant Forstick. Hey, is that the Matt Bussin?
Yeah, that's the Matt Bussin.
Anyways, yeah, we'll do the Fox movies and Sony movies. And if it's just me and Mateo, we were like thinking about doing reviews of like either albums or movies or something. I don't know. Would love to talk about Suicide Squad 2016 at some point. And if it's not that, then fuck. What else was there?
Horror movies.
Okay, that's primarily if Glenn is going to be with us.
Yeah.
Was when we wanted to do that. We'll do a tier list of like horror movies or horror movie characters, one of the two. But yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah. So on that note, I'm Mateo.
I'm Ruben.
And I'm Jordan.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.